Welcome, one and all, to World in a Jar. We are your hosts, Kyoko and Vale. Our guide is our Chris. Cut that out. I'm redoing it.
Chris, cut that out. We're doing another take.
We are your hosts, Kyoko and Vale. Our goal is to take a word, concept, or idea and spin it into a story. Be it a character, NPC, group, city, you name it. And thus, those ideas we create become our world in a jar. Of course, they won't all fit in the same jar, so our selection is constantly growing every week. With many spices to choose from, locations, genres, heroes, villains, and tropes, we hope to give you a jar filled with fun and interesting concepts. But first, how are you doing, Kyoko?
I'm doing pretty good. It's cold outside, but I wanted to wear a sleeveless shirt. And it has Uncle Iroh on it.
Well, you can do anything you want inside, just don't walk outside with that.
I mean, even if I walked outside, it would still be fine.
Oh.
Cold doesn't bother me very much.
I do see people in Colorado walking out in the snow with the
Daddy, chill.
shorts and t-shirt.
I've done that before, and I will do it again.
I used to do that in school, but I stopped wearing shorts altogether, so that solved the problem.
There was one time it was like -30 outside in Wisconsin, and I helped the friend I was staying with bring in groceries. It had snowed and was very icy outside. I went outside in a spaghetti strap tank top, a pair of like short shorts, and flip-flops. And my friend was like, "How are you not dead?" Vale, what are we doing today?
We're doing another rolled character, whatever we're gonna name this segment. We're going to roll a die.
Name suggestions.
Yeah, we're taking name suggestions. We're kicking butt and taking name suggestions.
And we're all out of butts. Sorry, continue.
So we are rolling a random class that we will make a character off of.
Yeah, and just to let you all know, we are skipping Bard, Paladin, Barbarian, and a secret fourth one that we will not tell you. Well, you would know at this point.
Yeah, you would know
at this point. You
cleric.
would know. So, Bard, Paladin, Barbarian, and Cleric are the four we are skipping.
We're saving Barbarian. We're skipping the rest.
That is, yes, we are saving Barbarian specifically for Editor Chris. But, at this point, once again, we will be rolling our trusty D10.
It's my turn to roll.
Get. Yes, go for it.
A 7.
Oh, what is 7?
Artificer.
Fire? Oh, Artificer.
I think. Because we start at Warlocks.
Oh, yep, you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, Artificer.
Interesting.
Ooh.
I have no inspirations for this.
I have a couple of inspirations, and they're both characters from Danganronpa. One of them is Soda Kazuichi, who is the ultimate mechanic. He can basically build anything out of any scrap metal he gets.
Anything.
Anything.
Anything. Chris put in that Cat in the Hat clip.
The other one is Iruma Miu from Danganronpa V3, who is the ultimate inventor. I don't really have much to say about either of them. I love Kazuichi's... I love his vibe. I love his whole vibe. But I have never played an Artificer before. Have you?
I have played alongside an Artificer, but not as an Artificer. And I'm also running for an Artificer.
Ooh.
In the very near future.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't remember, Crow's character is what's it called? The gun one. Artillerist.
The Artillerist. Okay, yeah.
He's like I love his mentor too. This Crow's character's mentor I got to develop, and that's a good one. Mr. Torg is a good example of an Artificer. He loves inventing explosion causing guns. And he's got such a personality. I haven't played Borderlands, but for this mentor character I did a deep dive, and he's just this hilarious 20 strength kobold with all of the personality and penchant for destruction as Mr. Torg.
Nice.
And Mr. Torg is just this huge hulking man. Now he's 3 feet tall.
It's just me.
But I can't really make a cogent reason why he inspires me. He's just a personality, and I love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when I think it's hard to think of artificers in like fantasy settings, because in a lot of fantasy settings you don't see people who would fit the role of an artificer, like a mechanist or something like that.
Right. In 4E,
especially with like the artificer subclasses. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the artificer subclasses are so varied. You think of artificer, I don't even know that I necessarily think of creating potions like an alchemist, but that's one of the subclasses. That was pretty much exclusively how they were flavored in 4E.
Okay, yeah. And it's interesting because Artificer isn't a class that's listed in the 5E Player's Handbook.
Yeah, it's Eberron specific.
Yeah.
Until Tasha's came out.
Oh, I love Tasha's.
We love Tasha's here.
Bless you, Tasha. Cheers to Tasha's.
Yeah. Fuck Tasha. All my homies stand Igwilv. For those that don't know, Igwilv is like the demon queen persona of Tasha. I only know that because there was a 4E book called The Demonomicon of Igwilv, and it told me that. They probably talk about Igwilv and Tasha's Cauldron. I'm just so focused on the character stuff.
But yeah, would you like heads or tails to build your very first Artificer?
Heads, and I hope it's tails, because this word prompt is a weird one.
It is tails.
Okay, you get the weird one.
Alright, I can work with that. I'm ready.
Your words are worm and account.
Oh, worm?
And account. An artificer that multiclasses into bard and does the worm to bolster their allies.
It's an alchemist and their potions are made of worms. I mean, that would work.
That would work. That would be gross, but that would work.
Oh, yeah.
You putting in a timestamp, Chris, put someone doing the worm in.
Chris, record yourself doing the worm. No, I typed in worm on Google so I can look up like other like definitions of worm, like to worm your way into something.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing I googled with the word worm in it was worm on a string, and then my brain was like, it's just an artificer that makes worms on strings.
Oh, that like Lucifer in Hazbin Hotel that just constantly makes rubber ducks.
Makes rubber ducks. Exactly. Take that, depression. Hey, a worm and a count. Those are interesting words to put together.
What if
very hard to make a character out of?
What if their potions are enchanted worms that the players have to eat?
I don't like the thought of that. Let's see. Worm as a noun. Bugs I don't like. Okay, but worm spelled differently. W-Y-R-M.
Oh!
Dragon.
Yeah!
A worm. Which, love 'em. No, you didn't specify what spelling of worm it was.
I did not, even though I have the spelling on my screen.
I mean, the spelling is 100% W-O-R-M. But, like,
yes.
Come on.
I will let you abuse the devil in the details.
Thank you. So, my brain was thinking that, you know, it could be a dragonborn. Like, the easy way to go is dragonborn. But, what if they are an armorer artificer that makes, like, specifically dragon scale armor?
Yeah.
Like, they specialize in making armor from the scales of worms that have either been slain and then sold to them, or that they slay themselves. Probably slain and then sold to them. And part of their mission, like, part of their whole reason why they're questing is because they want more. They're greedy. Like, that's their one character flaw, is that they're greedy. And that works with account too, because they're just like, oh, my bank account's low.
Because I'm not selling these dragon parts except when, well, it's like the high and the low. So he gets a really big boost when they make the dragon scale armors, but then like it's a long time between those paychecks.
Oh yeah. And it could be like part of the reason they're questing is that they also want to like really make a name for themselves. Like they have a name for themselves of being the dragon scale armored person, but they want to be the very best, like no one ever was.
Yeah.
And it really comes hand in hand with like what they're doing, because like dragon scale armor can be something like super cool looking, different colors based on the type of dragon, different like protections and benefits depending on the type of dragon too. So this artificer is like so dedicated to their work, because they need to be. Dragon scales are hard to work with. They're hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
They're expensive to get. So, that could really be their whole thing. And like you could take account as in like their money, their monetary accounts. It could be like a business account that they have like with someone. Things like that. Like what if they've made a deal with someone and they want to hold this person accountable? Things like that. I mean, I know accountable is like a whole different word. I'm just taking different words now.
No, go ahead. Whatever inspires you from that word.
So it could be like they're following up on an account with someone. Like what if someone like commissioned dragon scale armor from them and then never paid them.
Yeah. Oh, so
like,
they're
like, let's say it's the BBEG who,
yeah.
under a pseudonym or something, like commissioned this grand set of dragon scale armor and never paid, or
Yeah.
like really like cut them short of payment, things like that.
The
And,
real villains are the real villain of this campaign is the people who underpay commissioners.
The real villain of this campaign is capitalism.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it could be something like that, and that would make like a really good sort of thing. Like maybe you could spin this into be like a heist campaign, like you steal the dragon scale armor back, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or like this artificer is just like, God damn it, the BBEG like took this armor from me, didn't pay me. I'm gonna make even better armor for the heroes that are gonna defeat him.
Yeah. I was also thinking with the dragon theme, one of the armor sets, the infiltrator armor for armor artificer, has a lightning launcher. Deals thunder and lightning damage. And so their first armor, their private own personal armor, was made of a blue dragon.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, like, that works so well with the thunder gauntlets, too. Like, that's so cool. Like, I feel like this would be super fun, because then, like, if you played a character like this, you could easily work with your DM on, like, really cool things for, like, individual armor sets. And, like, yeah, scale mail is a thing. But scale mail in itself, you know, scales being made of metal, is different than dragon hide made armor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it wouldn't be leather. It technically wouldn't be hide either. You'd have to work with, like, your DM on what it would be classified as, or look at, like, homebrew material, or see if any of the official source books have something similar to it. I'm not entirely sure whether there is, but this would be something really cool to give you as a character some agency in designing what you wear, what the party could wear if your party members want to wear these things. And it would just be like a super cool, fun little like project, especially like if you're into drawing, if you're into designing, things like that. You could go like full force into designing this armor. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, there's one other thing.
But,
So like to make it a metallic armor, their first kill could have been a metallic dragon, and there could be like a slightly evil aspect to that if it was a traditional good metallic dragon.
yeah, true.
Or maybe that's what their villain commissioned them to kill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And
like
so
maybe the BBEG was just like, hey, bring me, or I really want armor made of like a silver dragon. Like, can you do that for me? And this artificer is just like, how much you looking to spend? Cause that's
Top
pretty
dollar.
pricey. Yeah, and the BBEG is just like, whatever price, name your price. I'll pay whatever it is. So this artificer is just like this. I can imagine this artificer sitting at their desk, like racking their brain about how expensive that's gonna be. Like they have to pay for the kill, they have to pay for the scales, they gotta like get paid for their like labor and how many hours it would take, like materials, labor, things like that. So then they give this like grandiose price, and the BBEG is just like, yeah, that's fine, I'll pay it.
You know,
and,
like a
maybe
liar.
They pay like a down, yeah, you know, like a liar. Yeah. So like, I imagine the BBEG might pay like a down payment or something, like, you know, to get the artificer to actually make the armor. And then the Artificer, like, makes it and delivers it to the BBEG, and it's just like, okay, money, please. And the BBEG is like, ha, nope, and plane shifts away or something.
What
like
about
that.
my free trial period?
Exactly. What about my 30-day free trial?
100% satisfaction guarantee, man.
You offered me a 2-week free trial? And the Artificer's like, that's not how commissions work?
This guy is definitely
What?
either a devil or a fae.
Potentially. But, like, I can imagine, like, this Artificer, like, they start this, like, their adventure purely out of spite and purely out of wanting to get paid. Wanting to get, like, the pay that they deserve from that job. So they're just like, oh, there's this group of heroes going after the BBEG. Let me offer to go with them, and I'll, like, make them all cool armor. Like, that'll get my name out there. That'll bring more customers in. Like, that'd be great. And I can get my revenge.
That'll give me more clout with which to smear the guy.
Exactly. He starts a smear campaign against the BBEG.
Yeah.
So, like, that's like the whole initial reason this Artificer, like, goes to adventure. And then he's just like, oh, there's an actual threat here. I want to go home, but I can't go home. I guess I'm stuck here. And it just evolves from there.
Absolutely.
Which I feel like that would just be really fun to, like, play out.
Especially if he's like a money-grubbing artificer. Just play into the frugal aspect that this character insinuates.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It reminds me again of my friend Ian's character Lorik, because Lorik's whole MO was that he wanted to be the best blacksmith. So it didn't matter who he was adventuring with. If he felt that these people were worthy to hold his weapons to get his name out there, he would make them weapons. And then he ended up being like, oh god, this party is my family, now what do I do?
Right.
I can never tell them, because then that would show that I have a heart, and I don't want that. But yeah, like, that'd be so much fun, this Artificer.
Oh my god. And I'm seeing in the armorer spells how his own legendary suit of armor can evolve over the course of the game. Because, like, the first 2 spell levels, 3rd and 5th level, are both thunder. There's Thunder Wave, Magic Missile, Shatter. Those are all kind of typical, I would say, of, like, Blue Dragon, whatever, if there's a dragon that breathes thunder still. But then 9th level, you get into Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
And then 13th is Fire Shield, which is either cold or hot.
And that would be just really fun to flavor, too. Like, what armor is this Artificer wearing now? Like, what color armor are they wearing? Like, what's the style? Things like that.
Oh. Going to a fashion show in this armor. Who are you wearing? Myself.
Me. Oh my god, who are you wearing? Me, bitch. You don't know who I am?
If you want to be technical, Thorgak the Destroyer.
Exactly. Oh, who are you wearing? Umbrasil. Flip's hair.
I was trying to go for knockoff Thordak, but thank you for catching that.
But I think that's a good place to, like, let this Artificer simmer for right now.
Definitely. Oh, these words combo together for me.
Ooh.
Division and Strike.
Oh, nice.
I have to remind myself the armor or the Artificer subclasses.
Alchemist, Armorer, Artillerist, and Battlesmith.
Okay, it's gotta be Battlesmith, doesn't it? Well, I don't know. It could be Artillerist. What is Battlesmith?
Yeah.
Battlesmith's got the sentry turret, doesn't it? No, that is. Hold on. Battlesmith has the steel defender.
Yes. Yes, it does.
I am gonna say artillerist, because division and strike makes me think of like a strike team. So this guy is quiet, lethal. I'm thinking about the sentry turret now.
Sentries online.
Sentry turret from TF2, and then I'm like, wait, this sentry turret is sentient and talks like the sentry turret from Portal.
Are you still there? Target locked.
So what's his deal?
Was Carolyn. Yeah, what is his deal?
They are a veteran of like special forces, so they were adept at just going in, taking out a target, getting out. They might now be a gun for hire.
Ooh, like a merc.
Yeah, like a mercenary. But I'm kind of feeling like a Geralt of Rivia kind of mercenary, where they like have the they have the capacity for good, but an aversion to anything evil.
Yeah.
Geralt's famous quote is, "If I have to choose the lesser of two evils, I'd rather not choose at all." And is always put in situations that he has to choose. What's really clicking? Oh my god, the cannon has a flamethrower. Nothing's really standing out. Nothing's really standing out to me. I just gotta really make up a character.
Yeah.
I think this character, for the division side, this character is enlisted to take sides in a conflict between like competing businesses or nobles, maybe even countries that he has worked with in the past. So he's not like they're not like a soldier in this battle. They are a gun for hire, and maybe they've worked with both sides until they've realized like the dirty secret of each side.
Yeah.
Trying to think of how other player characters can come in on this character too. I feel like I need more words.
Yeah.
Oh, these words don't really do it. Glass and copy. Oh, he's got an evil. They've got an evil twin. They've got an evil twin for copy. Their evil twin is also an artificer, but I don't think they're an artillerist. I think their evil twin. I think of like if one chooses a side in a war, the other always chooses the opposite side.
Yeah.
But if they work together, they would be a vastly effective duo. So I'm thinking the twin is a battlesmith, where this character is an artillerist.
Yeah. That would be fun. Now you're developing two artificers.
Yeah, I just two characters.
Oops, two characters.
It would also be really funny for this evil twin, like that the player character gets kidnapped by the twin and is replaced by the twin in the campaign. And the party has to recognize. That would be a really interesting twist for the player character if they're playing their twin in this moment. So the DM behind everyone's backs, like, you've been kidnapped. Here's your character sheet. This is your evil twin. Infiltrate the party and find out as much as you can. You don't have any of the memories of your former character until they get rescued.
There's a plot line like that at the end of Pretty Little Liars. I just remembered. I won't go in on it, but like, damn. But this is more interesting than Pretty Little Liars.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool for like a party to have to worry about.
That it does remind me of the quest in Baldur's Gate. So you're dealing in Act 3, you're dealing with the two villains, the Chosen of Baal and the Chosen of Bane, and they're both at war with each other.
The Chosen of Dur. The Chosen of Baal, the Chosen of Dur.
No, one is the god of murder, the other is the god of tyranny.
Yeah.
And after they work together to control the Elder Brain, they start going to war with each other. And so you have to pick a side. And the Chosen of Baal, the Chosen of the Murder God, she's a shapeshifter.
Ooh.
And so when you go to the Chosen of Bane and he makes the deal with you, hey, if you kill her, we can dominate the brain together. Which I didn't trust. I don't know what happens if you try and control the brain with them. But he says, oh, by the way, she's a shapeshifter. She has already infiltrated your party with her cult of shapeshifters. Ooh. Good luck. Ooh. Good luck finding that out. And if you do kill her, we'll work together. I promise you.
Oh.
And so that shaped my playthrough, where any one of my party members, and I went in blind. I found out later it's one of 3 people. But any one of my party members, I could just be going through fake moments. And it happened, it was Lae'zel who had character moments while she was being shapeshifted into and captured.
Wow.
So Lae'zel was captured, and I was like, okay, it can't be Lae'zel. We just met with Vlaakith, and Lae'zel just told her off. That's got to be the real Lae'zel, right? And then as it turned out, it was it was the shapeshifter all along, and that blew my mind.
Wow. That's wild.
And so I'm imagining exactly that moment for this party, where they, like, it might start with wondering why the turret is acting differently. Because it's now a steel defender.
Why the turret is just screaming like R2-D2.
Chris edited an R2-D2 Chris edited an R2-D2 moment. And then rate my impression out of 10 as a voice actor.
I don't know if my scream got picked up. I hope it did.
I didn't hear it, but your mic probably did.
Probably.
But yeah, I think that's an interesting place to leave it. I feel like this character concept is very open-ended right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But that might be a good that might be a good thing for a podcast.
Yeah, honestly.
You can take this concept and you can put your own spin on it. But we all
honestly, I feel like with something like Artificer, I feel like it might be hard to put more to it right now, because with things like Artificer being more rooted in things like steampunk or steampunk fantasy, that's definitely something that is best worked with a DM, with your DM, or worked within your story plot to see if it fits within the world. So without having like an actual world to fit these characters into, it might be a little hard, but you know, that's what we're here for.
Yeah. For this episode, we have to assume the DM's okay with Artificers.
Oh yeah. DM, are you okay with Artificers?
I'm okay with Artificers.
Okay.
And
nice.
it's harder to like really structure a character that I'm trying to leave open-ended for like an Artificer class where their character isn't the forefront of their class. Like Warlock is all about the pact they made. Paladin is all about the oath they swear.
Yeah.
Artificer is like just like a scientist, whether it's a mad scientist or like a genius. It's all, this character I think might fit more in like as like a soldier.
Yeah.
Very skilled at inventing guns, but not really doing anything other than their own thing with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what the twist divines for this character.
In the trope section.
In the trope section in a few. All right, and we're back.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready
Absolutely.
for trope time?
Heads or tails?
I'll go with heads.
It is heads.
Okay, so my trope, really interesting for this, is Vampire Hunter.
What? Oh, no, go for it. You go. You first. That's what I was going to say. Oh god, I peeked my mic with that. That's what I was going to say.
Evil Twin is a vampire working. They're like a vampire spawn working for like vampire nobles.
Ooh.
Oh my god, again with the vampires. Why is it always vampires with me?
It's the garlic all over again.
Way back from the first episode. Yeah. And this protagonist defends the garlic fields.
We come full circle.
Oh my gosh. We've come full circle and the podcast
all
is
right.
over.
Chris, play the ending music. Roll.
All right, Chris, stop playing the ending music. I've got to go on. I think the evil or the twin is it would be even more interesting because vampires typically have powers of like charm, so that the twin is subtly charming the players. Ooh. Which I had done in a campaign before in which the player character was undead, dealing with an exarch of the undead without knowing.
Oh yeah.
And so that was Crow's character, Silver. And so he was unwittingly following the orders of this exarch just because it seemed like good ideas what this secret exarch was doing. And so that would be very interesting for the players as well. Accepting suggestions given by the vampire twin.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if they start pushing away from it, the DM would step in, because we're running with the assumption that the player is playing their evil twin.
Yeah,
while
it's
they're
not
in
a
the party.
DM PC.
The DM makes the character think that it's a good idea if the character is initially hesitant.
Yeah. Like the tried and true way, if a PC goes, I want to do this, and it's against what the DM wants, they can just say, you can try.
Yeah. That has never once stopped.
Yeah, we always try anyway.
Never once. You always try, and you usually succeed. You can certainly try.
You know what? I'm gonna succeed 9 times out of 10 anyway. The only time I haven't succeeded on a counterspell was when you told me magic didn't work.
Yeah, the Rakshasa with limited magic immunity.
And I'm just like, oh, okay.
And then your other counterspell did work. It was just then counterspelled.
But yeah, no, that would be so cool. That'd be like such a good twist too. Like to find out the origin, quote unquote, of the twin.
And one of the signs is that the twin heals on their own and is unable to accept healing from like a cure wounds or a healing word. It's not compatible with them because they're undead.
Oh, that'd be so, like, it would be so cool to find that out during battle too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they go down and, like, one of the party healers, like, or the party healer, depending on the party comp, goes to try to heal them to get them back up, and it doesn't work.
Or it could be a find out what happens next turn, and then next turn regenerates 5 hit points. So that would even frame it to make it look like the character was healed.
Absolutely.
This is just psychological warfare on the players with a player.
Just hope Crow is not one of the players.
Of the players, by the players, for the players.
Absolutely.
And that was a reference to Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Yeah, and then, like, you could have, like, the actual player, like, the actual PC that was, like, kidnapped, become, like, a vampire hunter, or something like that, to fit with the trope.
They're the mercenary for some nation, and the rival nation is led by vampires. And so it starts with taking down their twin, which starts with the PCs finding out the twin is evil, and then going to rescue the player character.
And then, like, a mini boss battle ensues. They're like a step 1 boss, area 1 boss.
One of the things I've always wanted to implement, which seemed so fun when I watched it on Critical Role. So there have been a couple times Matt has handed the rest of the players monster stat blocks to face another player character who's having like a big story moment. Like for Yasha in Campaign 2, Yasha was trying to attune to the Holy Avenger of Cord, the Stormlord. And Yasha was not a paladin, but tried to attune anyway, and was taken into this almost like dream sequence within the sword, where all of the other players were playing storm elementals, fighting her, and she was taking them down. It was amazing and something I've always wanted to implement. So that's a little good nugget to keep in your DM portfolio. Especially if it's going to be a long character moment. You don't want your other players just sitting back idly, because if it's not about them, sometimes they lose focus. You give them an in to insert themselves into this moment and contribute to that character's moment.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think that's a nice spot to leave my vampire hunter evil twin vampire. Are you ready for your trope? What? What? Oh my god. Alleged lookalikes. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Okay. My brain immediately said my dragon scale armorer is their secret triplet.
We were gonna make 2 jars this episode, but we just put them all into one.
Oh my god. No, that'd be so funny. It's like this third sibling goes on like their whole own journey. Like they don't even have to be like a triplet. It could just be like their actual siblings. And they look alike because, same genes.
Well, the thing about alleged lookalikes is that the characters tend to not actually look like each other. Like the picture is of the Muppets, Kermit and Fozzie, with a headline saying "Identical twins join Chronicle staff." So people think they look alike, but they really don't.
Oh, that'd be so funny. It's just like, oh my god, you two have the same nose. No, we don't. What are you talking about? Oh my god, you guys have your mother's eyes. We're not even from the same city. Like exactly.
Let alone mother.
That'd be so funny if they were in like the same party together. The beat.
Oh, we have a double Artificer party. Oh, and that would give your character the perfect avenue to notice the vampire. Because this twin is not acting like their lookalike.
Is the silver dragon scale wearing vampire. Protects him from werewolves.
So you have your armorer,
your artillery,
and my artillerist, and people say they look alike, but replace the artillerist with the vampire, and now they don't look alike.
Now they don't look alike.
Even though they're identical twins.
Oh, my cheeks hurt. I'm smiling so much. Oh my god.
This is such a harebrained concept.
I love it. Let's go. Yeah, that's the whole trope. That's the whole thing.
that leans into the trope so much.
How serendipitous. Oh my god.
Oh, this took a turn from like capitalism villain and vampire villain to just the silliest antics. Okay. Another development. Everyone thinks the two look alike. Trade out the twin. Now they don't look alike. But the armorer thinks they look alike now.
Oh my god, yeah, the armorer is just like, did you use alter self? What happened? Now you look like me.
Because now you look like me. And no one else sees
everyone
it
else is
anymore.
just like, no, yeah, you guys, you actually look different. Like, our bad. Like, that's on us. And then he's just like,
Yeah.
no, guys, like, we're like identical now. We look exactly the.
And I don't know why I
Exactly.
didn't
It's like,
see
no,
it.
you guys were right. We look exactly the same. It's like looking in a mirror.
I didn't see it until the millionth time you told me.
And the rest of the party's just like, what is happening?
Oh my god.
I think this is a good place to seal off this jar and put it on the mic.
Oh my god.
They become the what is it, the Da Vinci brothers? The Da Vinci twins.
Da Vinci?
Yeah, we're
Oh my
closing up the jars. We peaked. We peaked
Yeah,
in this
we're
episode.
we gotta. If I laugh anymore, I'm gonna piss myself.
If you like this show or need any ideas, you can find us on Twitter at worldsinjars or email us at worldinajar1@gmail.com. If you need any help or suggestions for your own stories, you can go ahead and message us on Twitter or email or comment on a YouTube video or just at us on Twitter. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Lots of laughs at the very end.
Yeah, well, I certainly did. Yeah. I can't believe it. I still can't beve it.
Do something good for yourselves,
All right.
everyone. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
This
See
episode
ya.
was edited by Chris at ChrisRogersVO on Twitter. Go check him out. Bye, guys.